Good evening. Today we're telling a story in which Juan and Sophie are involved. This story is about the day Sophie fell into the mud because of Juan's electric bike. It was a regular day at high school. We were feeling tired and just wanted the school day to end. Since we wanted to go for some ice cream at Dolce Natura, later it was time for school to end. We were excited to go for the ice cream, but first Juan needed to get his electric bike. It was small, but it was worth mentioning that besides the main seat, it had a tiny extra seat on the back. Without thinking too much, Sophie hopped onto the back of Juan's bike while he started pedaling toward Dolce Natura. We were cruising along, feeling the excitement of the ride, but the bike wasn't built to handle two people plus the weight of Sophie's heavy backpack. As we approached the turn, Juan tried to navigate through a muddy patch. The bike turned back, and before Sophie knew it, she was thrown into the mud. Sophie landed with a thud covered in thick, gooey mud, her backpack and clothes. We were all covered by the smelly smog, and Sophie saw Juan's face go from shock to laughter. He quickly got off to help Sophie up. Mama's frustration made her shout at him. Despite his apologies, he couldn't stop laughing at the funny situation.
Seeing Sophie covered in mud, Juan tried to make things right. He offered her his spare jacket, but it was too small and didn't help much. Sophie's friend, who had been waiting at Dolce Natura, saw what happened and rushed over. She suggested we use a nearby stand to wash Sophie's pants. Juan and Sophie awkwardly tried to clean up the mud while her friend helped as best as she could. Meanwhile, Sophie was still foaming. She couldn't believe she had ended up in this mess, and despite Juan's apologies, her frustration just grew. Juan's laughter didn't help either. She ended up smacking him lightly on the arm in her annoyance, but that only made him angry at Sophie. He seemed genuinely sorry, but couldn't stop smiling. As we finished up, Sophie's brother arrived to pick her up. She was a muddy mess, and her mood was far from cheerful. Juan then decided to head back to home on his bike, but not before snapping a few videos of the whole incident. That night, Sophie discovered that Juan had posted a video of the entire muddy fiasco on Instagram. The clip showed her dramatic fall and the struggle to clean up. Sophie was mortified and ashamed, but she ended up laughing. So, while the day didn't go as planned, and Sophie ended up with ruined plans and a bruised ego, Juan's sense of humor turned an unfortunate event into a story we would both laugh about for years to come. Despite everything, Sophie couldn't stay mad at him for too long. After all, what's a little mad when you have a friend who makes you laugh?